All right, I got some extended family over from New York. You guys have seen my Uncle Harry before in some of the videos. So we are gonna take them on a camping journey. We're gonna put this camper in my truck, take that, and then the Fleetwood Bounder that everybody loves so much. This is my second most viewed video, is me buying this Fleetwood Bounder. We're gonna get this bad boy back up and into commission again for another journey. So let me untarp it. Ready? There it is. She's back again, back in business. So inside here, I haven't cleaned it since my Canada trip yet. It's pretty damn dirty. We're gonna clean this all out for the cousins because they're quite young. And we will just pray to God that it starts and makes it there, because I also didn't do much mechanical work to it. Obviously, I'm not gonna have them sit in this while we drive up there. They're gonna sit in my truck with my aunt or uncle or something as they go up, and then I'll drive this by myself just in case there's any mechanical defect. She's got a Chevy engine. What can go wrong, you know? All right, well, I just vacuumed the interior, which, you know, makes it a lot nicer place to be in. It's an okay camper for $1,000. Big camper all loaded, and now we're trying to put the whatever truck bed camper into my truck, because we're taking both of them. It's all loaded up. We're getting that loaded up, and we are going to be ready to go. So it took us nearly an hour, or more than an hour of packing, but we got the truck camper on the truck, this thing loaded up. Now the only thing left to do is see if it starts after, like, I don't know how many months, but 6 months or so of just sitting in my yard covered in a tarp. So we'll even see if this thing has battery power. Who knows? Oh, actually, first I'm gonna check the oil. Looked like it was at the perfect level. Oh, shoot. So when I sold the K10, I lost the oil cap for it, and I took the one off here and put on the K10. So I have another cap that I gotta put on here, and then we'll be all good to go. But it's a good thing I checked. Yeah, that oil level is all good. Found the cap, found a cap. All good. What's my coolant level looking like? A little low. I'm gonna add to the coolant. Okay, coolant's added. Let's just try to start this thing up. Okay, guys, there we go. First start since like
COVID-19.
well, what month? March, right?
March 15th.
First start since March. Let the fuel pump go. Well, it's got some battery. Let me prime the fuel again. Got a little bit of life.
Getting there.
Yep. I'm gonna let it warm up for a minute, but it looks like she's running. All right, we're getting Beetle in there. Let's get out of here. Stay in there, silly goose. All right. So we're backing out of the driveway now, guys. The temperature is really high on the gauge. Not sure why. It is a 454 though, they like to do that. So, see if we can get it out of here and stop at a store, put a little more coolant in it, in the rad. Oh, there's Beetle. You can show that, yeah. Somehow I backed out of that long, skinny driveway with no casualties. Let's go. We got about an hour drive, hour and a half possibly with this slow camper. It's supposed to be 40 minutes, but I don't know. Up here at this gas station, this is all from me. Leaking like crazy gasoline. I'll show you what happened. I'm gonna try to repair this, but big giant puddle of gas. Basically, this fuel line here was damaged. Somebody put a rubber hose around it, tried to fix it. That hose is totally split. So I'm gonna put another hose over that and then hose clamp it instead of these guys use zip ties, which didn't do the trick. So let's see if we can do that. Getting some looks being a giant broke down camper in the parking lot here, but we'll get it done. So that's what I did to stop the leak. We pretty much bought all the stores hose clamps they had, and then I put this little plastic thing around it and clamped that all over it. And somehow it's still dripping from there a little bit, but it's way slower. So finalized the fix. It was kind of dripping on the exhaust and I didn't want it to explode, so I put this little deflector, vice gripped it, and it'll now not drip anywhere near the exhaust. So if it does drip, at least it's not dripping on the exhaust. Just filled her up with $100. Let's get out of here. Look where Beetle always likes to sit. Oh, she's always in the driver's seat. She thinks she owns the truck or the camper. You silly goosey. Yeah, you're not driving, you silly goosey. Looks like we made it onto the highway. This is where this thing struggled a ton last time, and I didn't do any work to try to fix it because I'm super smart. But we'll see if it somehow magically fixes itself. But it's a Chevy. They do that sometimes. Well, it was a bit of a struggle, but I backed in here. I think Beetle is itching to get out, and I am too. Here we are. We gotta find where my cousin's parked. So here's our campsite. The Bounder made it. What was the total time on that, Shaylee? Like an hour?
We left at 5:30 from Dan and Witt's.
We left at 5:30 from Dan and Witt's, which is where we broke down. Supposed to be a 45-minute trip. Took us an hour 45, which is about right for this thing. Beetle's happy. That's my sister. She's happy. Campsite looks good. Now we just gotta go find the truck bed camper. So as you can see, it's nighttime now, and we got the camper all bundled up because when we scheduled this trip, it was like a 0% chance of rain, but now it says there's like a 90% chance of rain in the morning. And unfortunately, the camper still leaks from the front seam and from the back seam all the way back here. So put 2 tarps up. That ought to save it. So I figure I'll go ahead and show you the sleeping situation in here. I'm not sleeping in here. I'm sleeping in my truck bed camper to get ready for my 4-month trip. But we got 2 people can sleep on this bed here. This is the couch, and we put a mattress over it. And then 1 person can sleep here. and then 2 more can sleep back here. So that's what we're gonna do. And they're just using sleeping bags because it's supposed to get to 49 degrees tonight, which is pretty cold. And as you can see, we got all the curtains drawn like that. So, you know, it's a pretty comfortable space in here. And with the tarps now, it won't leak, which is always a plus. Let me go ahead and show you my situation. So this is my camper setup. We just do this because the door sometimes flies open if you don't close it right. You either close it like that and then it closes. So this is the table. Then one person can sleep here and one person can sleep up there. I'm gonna sleep up there. And that's pretty much all we need. Got the tarps off. Hasn't rained yet. It's about 8:30. So I'm gonna get this one home. So according to my watch, it's 46 degrees outside, which is considered a cold start for this thing, which is carbureted. See how it does. Alright, we are leaving the campsite. The camper started right up. She's honestly running better than she ran from me pretty much ever before. Goodbye, Silver Lake Park. I couldn't record much of the campsite just because the cousins are young and I don't want to put them on YouTube. But they said that they thought the camper was more comfortable than their house. And they slept better in it than they were sleeping at our house. So I think it was a success. I think this camper did a pretty damn good job. I'm thankful it didn't rain, that's for sure. Now let's hope this thing just makes it home, I guess. There, Beetle. Woof, woof. She loves riding in the camper. She just gets to walk around and chill out. Is that comfy there? She always chooses the weirdest positions to sleep in. She could literally go back like 3 more feet and have a giant open space, but she wants to be close to me. So she goes right there. We are back to the rural Vermont land. Nice. Let me park this thing. All right, Beetle. Let's see if we parked it well. Oh, come on. Go, go, go. Yeah, looks like I gotta come forward a tiny bit, but I like to park it on these logs there. Not logs, plywood. Forward about an inch. That'll do it. Shut her down. Beautiful. Well, at least on the trip back home, we had no breakdowns or no casualties or nothing, so this camper never ceases to surprise me. That was about a 2.5 hour round trip, because hour 40 down and then an hour back, so it did it. I don't know the mileage on it, but it was definitely hilly, so it wasn't easy terrain at all. It was a lot of inclines and stuff like that, but the camper did it. My cousins and aunt said it was very comfortable and that they slept very well. So I think that this trip was a success. We're just waiting for my dad to get back now with my truck bed camper, which goes right there. He drove that, I drove this. So hopefully he makes it back okay, and if he does, then everything was a success.